We are on the
And we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to Chat TGR. I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
I'm Joe.
And it is launch day.
Launch day.
9. That would have taken a long time
72
to get to the end of that joke.
71. One.
Yeah, so there we go. We've had a launch day. And we have launched. Of course, we don't launch just one product because that would be logical and sensible and not completely insane. So we launched 3, 2.5 really.
Yeah, I'd say 2.5.
3 launches, Jeremy. That's
Yes,
insane.
yes. Lizzie, can I just double check that you've pressed record on the little button up here?
Yeah, it wasn't working last week.
Is it working today?
It does, and then it just drops out. But
Oh,
keep an eye
okay.
on it.
Maybe I know why. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, I hope you're all fantastic, and thank you for being with us today. This is something that we've been working on for a long time, and I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it, but it'll demonstrate how our mind works. If we talk about the Latchmo, because you were so excited about the name.
This is actually before me working here full time. I was still at uni.
Right.
And I remember you and it was sort of yours and Laura's story.
Yeah,
so I'll let you take the mantle.
Me and Laura came up with the name, and basically for the last, 10 years?
Probably 10 years,
About
realistically.
10 years, every time there's been a new launch, it's often descended into me and Laura shouting Latchmo at Dan
Right.
until he leaves the room.
So, what on earth does this stuff do? It's quite simple. One thing that we've done for a long time is a product similar to this, and this is the remote Loopy 2. See if you can get that in shot there. And
A little bit lower.
a little bit lower. How's that?
Thank you.
Okay. So we've had this for, I don't know, must be a version of it at least for probably 12, 13 years, maybe even more.
Maybe even more, I think, actually.
And the idea behind this was there are 2 effects loops here, and you would plug your guitar in here and you would plug out of there. In the front here was a remote switch input where you could remotely switch on and off these loops. It was a great product, but there's things about this design that I really disliked. Because it's got connections on every single edge, and
There's actually an older metalwork one behind you as well.
where?
That one there.
There's
The older.
Oh, this,
That one, yeah.
that
Yeah.
one here, okay. With
slightly different
awesome
graphics.
Dan artwork.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, that's just the same product. It's just updated artwork. So why did I even? All right. So we then released the Remotus Loopy 2, which is, I don't even know if we got one here. Should have bought one, but anyway, it's a larger stereo unit. So it'll do 2 loops, but it'll also do 2 stereo loops. And when we launched that, we sort of stopped production of the standard remote Loopy 2. But what we found was people still love the remote Loopy 2 because the remote Loopy 2 is very simple and it's 2 mono loops. And I thought, well, instead of just bringing back 2 simple mono loops, what can we do that's really groovy? Right. So this is, here we go. Let's put this here up so you can see it. See that there, Lizzie?
Sorry.
That's okay. So here we go. This one here, that is the new PLUS2. So what is different about the PLUS2 to the original remote Loopy 2? Well, the first thing is the size. So yeah, there you go, Joe, if you want to put that next to it. So the PLUS2 in comparison, even just like this, is so much smaller than the remote Loopy 2. Now, if you put a couple of patch leads into either side of the PLUS2,
Yeah.
where you can imagine it, right? we're already taking up a substantial amount of pedalboard space because there's connections on every side. So the PLUS2, all of the connections are on the back. Joe, if you want to just show the lovely people at home. So you can see what we've done is like we do on G2 and G3, we've put the ins and outs on top of each other, which has meant that we can halve the size. Not only that, because it was so long ago when we designed the Remote Loopy 2, we've really learned a lot in that time about switching.
I thought I was being so subtle. My laptop's been freezing, so I thought I'd reboot it quietly, and I thought I'd done everything so subtly, but...
Brilliant.
Yeah, anyway. You talk amongst yourselves.
So, yeah, we've learned a lot about switching, and like now in G3 and the Quartermasters, we've used that same technology now in PLUS2. There are no components apart from wire in the signal path of PLUS2, right? There is a separate mode in PLUS2. Like, for example, sometimes with relay switching, if you're switching something in that's out of phase or that has a DC offset on it or something, you can get a pop. What we've done in PLUS2, in a similar way that we do in Quartermaster and such, there is a separate mode in PLUS2 that you can get to when you power up, which connects a basic ramping in of the loop. But that is on a completely separate circuit. So in standard mode, there is nothing. You can plug into the output and go out of the input, have your returns ascend, vice versa, and it's the same. It's just direct contact. What does that mean? It means that if you are using a G2 or a G3 and you want a couple of extra loops, you can take your fuzzers and your germanium treble boosters and anything that's a bit tricky, stick them in the loops of PLUS2 as you would with G3. Just stick them in the loops. Use PLUS2 as your guitar input. And then out of PLUS2 into the input of G3, and away you go. Likewise, you can put PLUS2 in the effects loop of your amplifier, have PLUS2 off the stage, and switch it remotely. So it literally can go anywhere in your signal path, PLUS2 will be golden. Now, the other thing that we released today, originally when we released the original version of the Remote Loopy 2, actually was probably with this box.
Yeah, I think it was the same box.
It was the same box.
Footswitches in it.
So we couldn't find one, but we had a Footswitch, a remote Footswitch that we released. This is years before we had designed our own Footswitches, and it was just a box with two Footswitches on it.
That was before either me or Jake had started.
Really?
Yeah, it was that long ago.
Okay, so that man alive, that's a long time ago, back when I was Purdy. And
you're still Purdy.
Yeah, I am.
And humble. And Purdy.
But it just had it had alpha Footswitches on it, and it was meant as a companion for the Remote Loopy 2. And while it did that job okay, one thing that it didn't do was you couldn't change the polarity on it. Footswitches couldn't become momentary or latching, all that stuff. And it was kind of limited into what it could do. If you just wanted a dual latching Footswitch that the LEDs came on when you press the Footswitch, fine. But it just wasn't flexible. And because of that, we didn't sell a whole lot, and it wasn't really worthwhile because we've got to produce these things in a minimum amount to make it worthwhile. So anyway, we thought what would be really cool if we redid the remote Footswitch, but did it in a way that made it super flexible using our new Footswitch technology, which is just bulletproof. And we came up with the Latchmo, which is finally use the name. And Latchmo, of course, being latching or momentary.
Latchmo.
And so what the Footswitch enables you to do, I think you've got this plugged in, have you, Joe? So let's say we've got a couple of effects. The Latchmo is set in the effects loop of our amplifier, and we just want to switch the effects on and off. Well, then we can plug in the TRS cable, and you can see here the Latchmo is working and turning on and off the effects in +2, right?
Audible gasp.
So what does that mean? It means that if you want to keep your effects off stage, if you just have a delay and reverb that you want to put in your amplifier's effects loop, you can set this up with your delay and reverb, but actually have it back with the amplifier. So you're not having long cable runs. And all you have at the front of the stage is this. Away you go. You'll be switching in your delay and reverb in the effects loop of your amplifier, but they stay at the back of the amp. Right. So that's one way to use it. And that's showing the latching part of the Footswitch. But
Can I dive in with a quick question?
You can. Sorry, I've been on this, it's been in my head for so long, and I just want to get it out.
It's story time with Dan.
Just, I think it's going back to the +2. Paul's asked, will angle jacks fit in there, or will it be a bit of a faff?
So, on one side, you can get an angle jack. You can have them facing up or down. Straight jacks, absolutely. Or...
right-angled, solderless, absolutely. We haven't really tried it with square plugs and stuff.
Yeah,
It's the same
Space
diameter
limits,
as the
everything else.
G3, isn't it? So
yeah. So if we just switch the TRS cable ends for the soldered thing, these work brilliantly. These short square plug connectors, fantastic. Yeah. So straight cables, straight connectors, no problem. So here's the thing, right? It's not that we didn't think about doing right angle connectors. The problem is, I don't suppose, is there anything within reach that has a right angle on it? Probably not. No, anyway, a right angle connector, can I have that one over there? The remote loopy, that one. Yeah, I should have just grabbed this one because it's right there. If we have a look at the back here, even with a box this big, if I plug in a standard soldered right angle connector, that's going to be sitting there. So if I angle them that way and that way, then maybe with this one you could make it work, but it's a mess.
and it takes up so much real estate.
It really does. And it's just, for the sake of changing that right angle connector for a small, like a small straight connector, it means that we are compressing the footprint, the amount of size that we need to use on our pedal board. And it is so valuable that that real estate is, you know, it's worth.
One of our missions is the conservation of pedalboard real estate.
Completely.
Yeah, Paul said right angles always cause problems when space is tight.
They do.
Exactly.
They do. So I'm really pleased with this design and how it's worked out. Also, the two different modes, it's spectacular. So yeah, +2, use anywhere in your signal path. I guess actually let's play the +2 video now, shall we?
VT.
In case you haven't, it's only like 40 seconds long. Took me 3 months to make it. 40 seconds long. That sounds about right for me.
Standard.
Yeah, brilliant. Go, Dan.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
If, like me, you love pedals, you'll know what it's like when you've run out of loops on your board and you really want to be able to switch just a couple more effects. Introducing the GigRig +2 pedalboard switching system expander. Use any latching switch to remotely control 2 effects loops, which means I can switch in 2 more pedals. Connect the remote out of your G3 or G2 into the PLUS2's remote in. And now you can program those extra 2 loops as part of a preset. You can also control PLUS2 with Latchmo, our new dual Footswitch remote control. The Gig Rig PLUS2 is tiny, which leaves more room on your pedal board for the important things, pedals. Plus, there's no filtering or loading of any kind on your signal. No. So it's perfect for your vintage fuzzers, your finicky germanium effects, anything you like. That's the Gig Rig PLUS2, when you want to be able to switch just a couple more effects. And we're back in the room. There we go.
I'm so happy the Danois made that shot.
Oh, are you kidding? I got to find a way to make it work.
You're very welcome to it. Should we introduce the people to the
this
the greatest
is
design of all
quite
time?
possibly the greatest effects pedal design of all time.
I didn't even know
This
that
is
these
the
things
Danois.
existed.
So I found this on Facebook. How long ago?
Oh, it was years ago.
Like 10 years ago for 25 quid.
Yeah, I am all in.
And I mean, just look at it.
You bought it and you went to sell it, and I'm like, I cannot let that leave my life.
So you have the brake light is your on,
Yes.
power on, and then you've got the different modes in the side lights, and then you plug it in on the headlights. You've got 2 little modes, and then the exhaust pipes are the mode.
How
And
can
it
I?
says Danois.
How can I not have that in my life as the Danois?
And the best thing about it, turn it over.
I know. It's incredible.
The wheels are the
And it's
rubber.
The wheels are the
stoppers.
yeah, it's great.
Irritated me in my office for about 6 years, and I thought, you know what, I'll bring it in and I'll put it on the shelf.
Yeah,
And your
it's
face
beautiful.
lit up.
I haven't
when
seen
you held
Dan
it.
that happy with a pedal in so
Yeah, it's
long.
amazing. Well, I had no idea about it. They've done a whole series of them.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. BV's on. G'day, mate.
Beaver baby.
He said, have video, sound and vision, can hear your voice and mics under the vids. Yeah, sorry, mate. We are trying to control ourselves. And
Sorry, I got
I
excited.
have to start muting you.
I got excited. Dan was in 2 places at once. It was weird.
Okay. Yes, but thanks, BV, for being here today. Any questions, Lizzie, to
Yes.
address at this point
We do have a few.
in the discussion?
From Andrew. Hello, chaps. I'm going to try stereo with a parallel split starting after my drives as wet dry, but with my collider and chorus at the end of the parallel pass in stereo. Can I easily revert back to wet dry, I guess, W/D in G3?
Yeah.
Wet dry.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
it per preset.
You can do it. Yeah, you can change parallel to wet dry, whatever, per preset. It's a really powerful feature. Yeah, there's no worries.
For the rest of your days.
And
Sorry, the silly in me has just booted out. The panic of my laptop not working is gone. And silly is here.
will Latchmo help me switch between the channels on my Kingsley Custom 32 head?
Absolutely will. Yeah. So I'll just do a quick demo. This is always fun doing this live, but just to show you, I've got the halo here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the remote switch out, and at the moment, this is right.
You said it.
Okay. So you see here at the moment,
Just drop down a little bit. A little bit more.
right. If you can see this at the moment,
Yes.
right? I've got latching foot switch.
Tiniest bit lower. Sorry, Dan.
So that's okay. I'm just feeling a bit off mic
Do
today.
you want me to hold it?
Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. Right. Okay. So
Live
Can
TV, baby.
right for us. How's that, Lizzie? Is that all good?
That's beautiful.
All right. So at the moment, I'm in latching, which means when the red light comes on,
The Chang.
the relay shuts, and when the red light goes open, when the red light's off, the relay is open. Mm-hmm. Now I can change the polarity of that, but I've got this plugged into the Keeley Halo, and it needs momentary,
Gasp.
right? But here's what's really cool.
What are we going to do, Daniel?
So check this out. If I unplug the power, I hold down the foot
Can we still
switch.
see it?
Can you still see it?
Yes.
I hold down the foot switch. I put the power in.
Wait, the
See it
LED's blue.
Oh, hang on. Hold down the foot switch. Oh, come on. Oh, no. No. Okay. Ready? Okay, here we go. Hold yours. Yours is...
Yeah, we're going opposite.
We're going opposites. All right.
you leave yours.
I'll leave mine. Hold yours down.
We need like some BBC.
Right,
Like,
there
we'll
we
be back
go.
in a minute.
There we
Can't
go.
up there.
That was amazing.
So, what happens is when you unplug the power and hold down the foot switch, you change from latching to momentary. Now, watch the halo. If I now turn this on, that's turning the pedal on and off.
It is.
And now with this foot switch, I can go, and that becomes the tap tempo.
You are crazy.
So remotely, I can switch the pedal on and off, and then tap the tempo.
Tap of the tempo.
Isn't that cool?
That's wicked.
And that also means that with Latchmo, let's say I just want to have the halo and the effects of my amp, I can leave that sat on the amplifier with small patch leads and control it with Latchmo. I can also, this is the double Latchmo, this is the single Latchmo. The double Latchmo, I can have two completely separate outputs in case I want one to go to an amplifier to change channels and one to go to a tape delay, turning that on, whatever. I can have two completely separate outputs, or I link them like how I have now with a TRS cable, where I've got one foot switch doing the ring and one doing the tip. I can also do, so like the single Latchmo, I can still switch the ring and tip. So in PLUS2, I can flip-flop between two loops in PLUS2 using the single Latchmo, which is fun. So there we go. So at the moment, Latchmo's in momentary, but you didn't see that. Pull out the power, hold down the foot switch while I plug in, and now it's latching. That's all you do.
Ta-da.
Miracle of things.
Life finds a way.
Would you recommend putting a filter before the power input to my Kingsley page, or is it okay to power it direct from the distributor?
So, what is powering the distributor? If it's a generator and the only thing you're powering that isn't isolated is the page, then you should be okay. What you can do, if you come out of the distributor and you're going into isolators and high current adapters and everything else is isolated, and the only thing that is coming direct from the distributor is the page, then it's still, you're isolating all the other pedals from the page, and the page is isolated from the generator. That's fine. The problem will come if you've got if you're trying to power from the distributor with a noisy power supply. But if you're powering with a generator, you absolutely can do that. You just need to make sure that everything else is isolated from the page. I hope that helps.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Keeley's in the chat.
Keely in the chat.
Hello, sir.
Robert
Hope you're
Keeley in the
wonderful and beautiful as always. Yeah. Who else we got in the chat today, Lizzie?
Oh, we have lots of people. We've got Square Wave Symphonies. We've got Matt from Blind Panic Devices.
Hey, dude.
Hey, brother.
We've got Simon, Paul
Simon.
Matelevich.
I think Blind Panic Devices is one of the best names for a pedal company I've
Isn't it?
ever heard.
Isn't it?
It's the sort of name that if you come up with, it's like, oh, I've got to start the company now.
Yeah.
Like, we come up with the name Latchmo, oh, I've got to make it now, you know.
We've got Pete Morris Rocks. Hey guys, hope you're all well.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, dude.
We've got Justin Charbonneau. We've got Gav Thorpe.
Gavalor.
Hey, bro.
Hey Cole. Greetings all from sunny Nova Scotia. Matt Swanton from Massachusetts. And
Sweet home.
Tubby Mac said, ooh, new stuff.
Yes.
Very exciting.
New stuff. Right.
I have more questions, should you want them.
Yeah.
Adventures in Gearland has asked, Brothers or Josh Smith, flat V for use with G3 in a function band scenario?
Sorry, say that one again.
Brothers or what?
Josh Smith, flat.
Oh, the flat
V.
5.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Oh,
Roman
tragic.
numerals.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
everyone.
that's a great question.
I mean, they're both pretty epic, aren't they?
They're both amazing. What would I choose? I've got beef with both of those pedals, to be honest, because the core tone of both of them is spectacular. Creating and storing presets is not as straightforward as some things. It's always a compromise. When you try and be as compact as you can with pedals, like the Brothers AM is a really great example. It's on my board. It sounds really wonderful. I use one sound in it.
Right.
I've got a bunch of other things that I'm getting sounds from. The one sound I need, that's where it is. But I've always found that stuff to be quite intricate and complicated to store presets, to know where you are.
Yeah.
Basically. The flat 5, which is the signature pedal from Josh Smith, which he did with
Begins with P. It's multiple notes.
Poly effects.
oh nice.
Poly effects.
Loki at Poly Effects. There you go.
Poly effects. There's a jingle for you, my man.
I think that is a bit easier to.
Oh, because it's more visual.
It's more visual.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because if you're in a function band, you're trying to do loads and loads of different sounds.
Are these up here? I've
Yep.
got the picture up. Are these like preset slots? These numbers at the top? These ones
They
you
can be. They can be able to.
So if
Oh,
you're
'cause it's
looking
more
at it,
visual,
you've got a
'cause
It's more visual.
representation, right?
Yeah.
With presets.
Yeah.
Obviously,
However,
if you're past 6.
Yeah, because
yeah. All I would say is, I think, but then you have different colours
right.
that indicate different banks and things as well.
sorry, Jake.
All
colourblind,
I would
so
say
it's
is I think they do sound quite different. They feel quite different. The Poly Effects is based, the Flat 5 is based around Josh's favourite effect ever, which was his old love pedal. What's it called? It's like the KOT, but it's a bit COT, the Church of Tone. But it's something like that. I bet your BB's going to.
Is it the Cobb? Who are you talking about?
No. Anyway, it's based around that pedal. So I think it just had a volume and a gain control, no tone control. Just turn it on. Might have even had a gain control. Might just be on. Anyway,
Because he's had the Believe.
the Chula 40 Watt
the Chula,
podcast.
of course.
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you, mate. The Chula from Love Pedal, and that has been a mainstay with Josh forever. So the Poly is based around that.
Right, sure.
I would say if you love the sound of the Chula, which is this astonishing sounding thing,
Right.
go with the Poly. Arguably, the Brothers AM is a bit more flexible.
It's got a bit more to it.
Yeah, but I mean,
But
they're both spectacular. Either way, you won't
You're
go
not gonna
wrong.
be
You're not going to lose
No,
whichever way you go.
no,
Both.
both. Get both. There you go. Done.
Okay.
Get both. Fabulous.
Consume.
And from Nimrod, do you guys personally use mono or stereo setups for your live gigs? Recommend duplicate mono and stereo presets for songs.
Yeah. So, I've used wet dry, the TPS wet dry, let's call it, because people get upset when I call it wet dry. I have used that for 10 years. I'll never look back, but it's there is the timeline in it is stereo. For a couple of songs, a couple of delay sounds are stereo.
Sure.
But generally, it's
TPS wet dry plus.
Yeah, moist. Let's call it
Moist, slightly
TPS
damp.
moist.
Sure. Slightly damp.
Like
So here's the thing: stereo is an issue when it comes to playing live and being in the front of house. It'll give you a massive, big, warm hug, but the trick comes when you say to the sound guy, "I'm in stereo. I want you to pan me left and right." Now, it can work in a smaller venue, but in massive rooms like I'm used to playing, it can be a bit tricky because you get the guy in the middle and it's like, you know. So this is where the wet dry thing comes in. Wet dry is generally summed right down the middle. As far as the sound guy is concerned, he's got 2 mics, one in the dry amp and one in the wet amp. And those amps can be anything. Generally, the wet amp is an amp that has more headroom, more clarity, can handle the wet effects with the dry without crapping out. The dry amp can be a 1 watt thing into an 8-inch speaker just to give you a bit of bite. And generally, the way I do it, overdrive pedals go to both. They don't have to. If my always on amp is just a cranked 1 watt monster, I can split at the front of the signal, go straight to that. But generally, the way I'm using it at the moment, I've got a Princeton, that's the wet amp, and I've got an AC10 Twin, that is the dry amp. Both amps get the overdrive, but my wet effects, my time-based effects, and modulation all go to the Princeton. And it's only a couple of sounds I have where I have a stereo delay, and just for a couple of songs, like we're doing a couple of Floyd songs where I need that ping pong delay.
Yeah, right.
But the beauty of the wet dry thing is that the sound guy, I don't care what the sound guy hears out the front. For example, I set up my sound on stage where I just sound, I'm really happy. The sound guy can then blend wet and dry to whatever he needs. If it's a big echoey room, he might pull the wet amp back a bit. But if it's a room that's packed full of people like the rooms I normally play, then he might need to push the wet effects up a little bit higher.
I'm liking this new Dan.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is
He's confident.
So that is where, and you know, the design of G3 has been center to that thing is so that you can send different effects to different amplifiers. Another wonderful thing to do is sending different overdrives to different amplifiers. So, you know, splitting before your overdrives and then putting different overdrives on your different parallel lines.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. Yeah. So I wouldn't be too concerned about the stereo. I do have a couple of stereo things, but generally it's wet dry. I get my sound on stage and then the sound guy's happy because he can mix it in however he likes. What do you guys do?
Well, I'm a bass player, so if I was to use stereo, I'd probably get fired, to be honest. So I run completely mono, but I do parallel things inside the Atom.
Right.
Effects.
So you mix your parallel things and then you mix it at the end of the
Summit
Atom.
back into mono.
Right.
Yeah,
Very good.
I run mono. I think if I were to run 2 amps, I would definitely go for wet dry over stereo.
Yeah.
For the reasons you were saying, I think the clarity and giving front of house the ability to determine the clarity as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I use straight up mono. Again, I do some parallel bits within the G3, sum it to mono and go out.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
Another quick one, because hey, that's what we're doing. Grab your Latchmo single.
Viewers at home, grab your Latchmo.
Grab your Latchmo.
Round and round. Flash.
Put it on Momentary, and there's your bank up switch.
Oh,
Little bit
yeah.
lower.
Yeah.
Bit lower.
Sorry, there's your bank up switch.
A little
For your
bit
G3
lower.
and your Atom. There you go.
Naughty.
That's how we do that.
There you go.
Simon has asked, am I right in thinking that the programming of momentary or permanent switching is done in the G3 or other switcher, no switches on the product?
Are we
Oh,
talking
you
about
mean I'm
plus two?
talking about the +2?
Sorry.
Yes. So the +2 will simply the relays will open and close depending on what it's seeing. So if you've got your remote switcher on latching, then it'll shut the loops. If it's on momentary, it'll just flash the loops. But that can be really cool. Having a loop set on as momentary, and it just kicks on when you put your foot on it.
Yeah.
For example, it's really fun doing that with a filter.
Okay. Sure.
So you're rocking out as I do,
and these
these massive venues full of people, and
go
then
to.
I'm playing a solo and I'm touching hearts and changing lives, and what I feel at that moment, when
you're touching hearts?
Keys don't. I don't use
exist.
keys. No, keys.
Transcended.
I'm so far. I'm so far
sound.
beyond keys.
Just pure sound.
Yeah, it is. It's pure inspiration, and so what I will do is just use the momentary, and just for certain phrases, I'll lean on that, and the tears and
I'm crying right
yeah,
now.
there you go. So I don't even have to play it. I just have to talk about it.
The thought of it.
Yeah, it
That
takes
is
away.
the most Spinal Tap you've ever been. That was incredible.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't need
That's how we
keys.
do that.
It's just pure inspiration.
We have another Latchmo question.
Yes.
Will the Latchmo work with switching on Fender amps like my Supersonic 60-watt amp?
Yes, it will.
Yeah, yes.
Now, from memory, I think is that an RCA input, lots of Fender amps have RCA inputs. All you need is a 1/4 inch or TRS to RCA breakout adapter.
Supersonic.
And
Is it Supersonic 60? Is that what you said? Or did you
Sorry,
Supersonic?
yes.
No, okay, cool.
Supersonic 60. Man, what an incredible amplifier.
See what connection you'd have.
Yeah. But I think what we'll do is we'll get a bunch of these amplifiers that are traditionally hard to switch, and we'll set them up and show you exactly how to do them. There are some amplifiers that have latching and momentary things in them, which is amazing. But you can do, that's the thing with Latchmo. We want to set it up so it is the most flexible remote foot switch out there. And because it's using our Opto-Kick foot switches, which are milled stainless steel and they're just indestructible, it's like super reliable. Oh, this is the thing.
Supersonic is just a normal TRS jack. So you'd
Say,
literally just a
normal TRS jack.
Cable.
Away you go. I think a lot of people, a lot of manufacturers just see the remote switching thing, and the foot switch is so throwaway, and that's fine. But that's sort of not what we do.
I'll literally never forget walking into the old office and seeing you with a sledgehammer trying to break the foot switches.
Yeah.
That's like a forever memory for me.
Yeah, that's what we do. Morning. Yeah. Yeah, so there we go. There we go.
And then someone has just asked how much is a single Latchmo, which is £75.
£75, depending on where you are. Also in America, many dollars. Many dollars.
Many dollars.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't access that right now.
There we go. Scott Curry says, saw the release videos. Very cool. Thank you, mate. That's awesome.
So, have you got is it a Warlock? Or was it a Mockingbird?
Mockingbird.
The Mockingbird.
Have you found Mockingbird yet?
No.
I don't use keys. It's just pure inspiration.
That's right.
Okay, Square Wave Symphonies. Is there going to be a stereo version of the PLUS2 in the future, or is the design too small for stereo jacks?
He's thinking. He's calculating.
Whoa.
Doing the sums with his fingers.
Touching lives.
So we have the remotest Loopy 2. There may be something in the future. There may be something in the future that does the stereo thing. I'm not here to confirm nor deny. Lizzie is giving me dagger eyes.
No, I'd like it to make people aware that there is a delay if the remote loops aren't available to order at the moment, just so that people aren't thinking.
Yes, yeah.
just
The
'cause
remotest,
of the remotest loopy.
But
The
there was-
PLUS2s are in stock, believe it or not.
Some have
first
shipped
time.
today.
We have launched a product that is in stock and shipped out the door on the
it's
same
not
day.
done.
And that is
That is
a big
wonderful.
that is a big shout out.
Feels
to
so
Claire and
grown
Sarah.
up.
Yeah.
So grown up.
Growth, that is.
I did age everyone in the office by about 10 years today. However, it's what I do.
Darren Ames, I think on the same lines, has asked, the PLUS2 looks great. Would you say it's a complement to the Remotus Loopy 2, a replacement or an alternative?
So the PLUS2 is mono. The Remotus Loopy 2 is stereo. And the Remotus Loopy 2 has a built-in buffer that you can switch on and off. The Remotus is really great for doing the stereo thing
And MIDI control.
specifically, and it's MIDI controlled.
I'd say they're friends.
Yeah,
They're like
they are
relatives,
friends.
you know, they're like cousins.
Cousins, I agree.
Yeah.
PLUS2 is simple. It's
We've all got that simple cousin. Right?
PLUS2 is simple Jack, right?
Wow. I went to give Simple Jack an accent and a voice, but I'm not doing
Don't
that.
do
You know,
it.
it's like started, went, absolutely not.
No. No.
See you tonight in my what is it? Brain movies or whatever it is. Anyway, so
Oh dear.
the
Oh dear.
PLUS2 is a simple using a TRS connector, switching loops 1 and 2. The Remotus Loopy 2, MIDI, stereo, buffer. It's a much more involved process.
I guess if you're, you've got an Atom and in particular, and you're doing like a really small board, you want to keep it compact. Taking something like the Remotus Loopy 2 is quite a bit of real estate if you're trying to keep it small.
Yeah.
Whereas that is so diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The idea is make it
Exactly.
small as possible to give 2 extra loops.
most people don't need stereo.
Yeah.
They're not looking at this for stereo. And so it's like, okay, it's been a long time since we've had the Remote Loopy 2. We can do so much better than this.
I just love the E. I love the E.
I know, it's just so wrong.
Why is the E so like, hello?
Because I thought it looked clever. Dude,
It's a question.
it was me and word art
Yeah.
back in 2004.
I love that.
Thank you very much.
I was
For word art, that's
9.
impressive.
Come on.
It was 9.
Jake was 9.
Okay, Ian Kerr, do we think the
Hello, Ian
G3
Kerr.
will ever be able to send MIDI messages when leaving a preset slash patch?
You can now.
Can already.
You can.
So look
can already do
at
it.
look at PC minus. There's PC minus and PC squiggle. So PC minus is if you're turning off a Stompbox preset. PC squiggle is when you leave a preset, it will send
A stomp box
the
preset,
stomp.
isn't it? Minus is a normal preset. Squiggle is a stomp box
Oh,
preset.
so minus, if you're going from one preset to another, it will send a MIDI message using PC minus. Squiggles if you're turning off the Stompbox preset. Or the Stompbox preset turns off by another preset.
We're living in the future. It's already
It
possible.
can do. You looked directly into the future today and you said, I'm going to will this and manifest this into existence. Can G3 send a MIDI message? Yes, it can. Done.
Ian said, Lord, consider me the fool.
You should try sleeping. It'd be really good for you.
Gav Thorpe, on the subject of wet dry, Joe, have you made any headway with my ludicrous support request?
I'm getting there. It's very complicated.
Cool.
It's very cool, but it's very complicated.
Okay.
We'll get there. Maybe we'll tell the people about it.
Gav dropped in with me yesterday and he was like, I haven't caused Joe to have a full-on breakdown.
it's cool.
I was like, not yet.
It's cool.
And then from Justin, I've got, are you saving real estate if you're at the mercy of the straight plug dimensions? Wouldn't slightly taller pedals that could accommodate 2 rows of right angle square plugs / evidence save space?
You can do evidence.
So here's, I think he means the evidence solder right angle.
Oh, right. Okay, sure.
But you
Sure.
can, okay.
The evidence,
The evidence
right
will
angle would work
the
for
evidence
them.
will work. The bottom layer you go down, the back layer you go up. That works absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It's the when I think of right angle connectors, I'm thinking of Neutrik.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stereotypically large.
yeah.
Like a boat turning circle.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you specifically want a right angle connector, use the, tell you what, the new Evidence Audio ones, they'll be perfect. We even have right angle connectors that we make that fit.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the picture of the Eminence ones up and down together. It might just be on Facebook. You find it quickly.
Yeah, but so if you're desperate to use right angle because you want to have less real estate at the back, then absolutely you can make the right angles work. Oh, I've been so good today. I haven't burped much at all.
Treat yourself.
No.
No.
I
saw someone had a question here. Tubby Max says, want to say thank you for the superb shipping speed. Ordered some bits Tuesday evening and they've been delivered today. Thank you. That's awesome, mate. Thank you.
That's the image I was looking for.
Well, there you go.
You've got right angles aiming up, the cable coming down, and then you've got right angles facing down. So you can use a right angle plug like that.
Such a satisfying picture.
I don't
It's
think
great.
you can
That's-
say tighter than that.
That works, and that 100% works with obviously our Eminence ones. That 100% works with the Evidence Audio, soldered, Evidence Audio solderless, George L's, lava cable.
We're just in the future today. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charcoal says, I just noticed the live stream. Welcome, mate. Great to have you on here.
Hello.
I commented on the video. I'm not sure if it's been asked. Can the single Latchmo do dual momentary by tap and hold versus by tap versus hold? Switch 1 and switch 2 via tap versus hold.
You can't do tap and hold.
So what you can do is have it a momentary and just tap and hold it. Then that'll be latching and it'll unlatch as soon as you release your foot. But depending on what you want to do, in the back of Latchmo, and if you have a look at this is a faff and we won't be able to see it on the camera, there are dip switches in the back of Latchmo. You can connect any part of the relay that switches to any part of the TRS cable. What does that mean? It means that I can have the single Latchmo, that one there, Joe, if you want to be so kind as to point that out, just show the people.
Show the people.
And what I can do is because not only can I connect the ring and tip to any part of the switch, but I can also change polarity. So what I can do is in the off position, I can have the ring closed. In the on position, I can open the ring and have the tip closed. And what that means is, let's say I've got two fuzzers, right? And I just want to have two fuzzers in a loop that I flip-flop between. I can put +2 in a loop of G3, use a single Latchmo, and just flip-flop between two fuzzers.
Yeah.
Do you remember we did that rig years ago for Nick from Pendragon?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was how his system worked.
Yeah.
He had remote loopies and flip-flop between them.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what that would do. It might be that you have a short delay and a long delay. You just want to flip-flop between them, plug in the single Latchmo, away you go.
I'm smiling about
Perfect.
Nick from Pendragon. He's wonderful.
He's what a guy. Love
Craziest
that.
guy.
Absolutely love that guy.
He year before he dropped his rig in for a quick service, and he went to he flew to some Christmas markets in Europe, and he brought me back like a beer sausage. It was like this big. What did he bring you
Stollen.
back? Stollen, that was it. And then he had got us sick bags from the plane as presents, and he said that they weren't in the seats. He went up to like an air hostess and went, "Can I have some sick bags? They are gifts for my friends."
But beautiful.
It was amazing.
That's great. Okay,
I've got one question.
16:52. We've got 8 minutes left.
I've got one question.
Okay, let's go.
Brian Carpenter, is the +2 able to act as an expansion to a quartermaster?
It can do, but you can't control +2 from Quartermaster's foot switches. You would need to control it via
I don't know.
by
Maybe.
Latchmo or another remote foot switch. But the beautiful thing about +2 is it can literally go anywhere in your signal path, whether you want line level effects, whether you want tiny instrument level effects, whatever. +2 doesn't care. Put it in wherever you like, and away you go.
One other question I've seen that I wanted to answer. Square Wave Symphonies. Isn't that an insane amount of stress on those cables with the up and down? It isn't, as long as you don't stress the cable out. I see it as the same as cable tying a cable in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not moving. They're sat in place.
Yeah. And that the trick with doing that method is how you bend the cable after you've made the solder connection.
Yeah.
So with the gig rig right angle connectors, once that the back is screwed in and tight, you've got stress relief on pinching on the cable itself.
Pinch.
So you just make sure that when you bend the cable, you're not pulling on the connector and bending. You're just pushing the cable into and behind the connector, and there's no extra stress there at all.
Yeah,
It's actually a really cool way to do it.
Yeah.
Charcoal just said, sorry, stuffed up on the tap versus hold question. I was wondering if the Latchmo would work as a dual momentary expression switch. Latchmo connected TRS to DL4. Can tap equal tip of TRS and hold equal ring?
Okay. So the problem is you absolutely can do that. You can put momentary on sorry, let me say that again. With momentary switching, you can send it to both the ring and tip. Latchmo doesn't know, when you press on Latchmo, it doesn't know whether you're just going to press and release or press and hold. So there's no way of saying, okay, now I'm tapping and now I'm latching. But you can send a momentary signal to both the ring and the tip. So all you do is, in the dip switches, you just you connect ring and set ring as normally open and tip as normally open, and that will send that momentary as your tap to both ring and tip.
Or you could do it normally open, normally closed, so that when you push on the foot switch, you get, say, the tip, and then when you let go, you get the heel.
Yeah.
Those would be the two ways that you could set it up.
Yeah. But I'd be interested to see if that, how that works. Otherwise, you need a double where one is your tap tempo and one is turning it on and off, as we've demonstrated on the Halo.
Hello.
There we go. Anyone else for anyone else?
James B. said,
we have heard the new Carnival. We've had it on a lot.
It's great.
New Carnival banger.
Incredible.
It is a banger.
Yeah.
Top tier, as always.
Yeah. Sorry, Lilybet, I needed to address that one.
No, not at all. James B. said, can Latchmo make a decent cup of espresso?
You could probably turn on the power with it. It's that.
We could try that.
Yeah.
We should try that.
There you go.
Okay.
There's a video.
That's what we're doing tomorrow.
That might be my last ever video, but it's definitely a video.
That's all questions at the moment. In case I've missed any, apologies if I have.
Right, Charcoal says clear as mud. Thanks, Dan. No worries. I think the best thing to do, I know what you mean. It's like doing that without a diagram. I'm sure I just confused everyone. All it means is that you can not only send the pulse to the switch, but you can send it to the ring at the same time. So it can do tip and ring at the same time. But the single foot switch won't do a different ring and tip. That would need to be, both at the same time. But look, any other questions that you want that are slightly complicated, just send them into support.
Hello.
And we'll get you sorted.
We have just had a question in from Paul.
Yes,
Any
Paul.
chance you would make a device to interrupt power to pedals to access secondary functions if, say, you had a number of pedals with secondary, or if said pedals are a pain to get to?
Yes, we absolutely could do it. We would sell 7. And so here's the problem. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
So there's a secondary function I did with the Halo today to power it up so that you can, on one side you turn it on and off, on the other side you've got tap tempo. I love that. It would be fantastic to be able to go bing, turn the power off, and then bing, power comes back on. it is, and I really like that idea, but it's such a niche thing that, one thing to remember is all of the development for this stuff and prototypes and artwork and all that stuff, it costs money. And then to have stock ready for shipping when we launch. And so I've got to have a vague idea that we're at least going to sell some stuff to move on. I don't expect to sell loads of these, but these are stuff that as the gig rig, we really need to have in our catalogue.
Yeah.
I'm confident. I think we're going to sell tons.
Well, I am confident in that these are fantastic.
They are incredible.
I'm so proud of these. And the other stuff that we've got coming through, really wonderful. But I'm not, I just think things like this are really important for us to have.
100%.
And it's like, okay, let's do the utilitarian stuff, the best in the world.
Yeah.
And that's what these are. But the power, now I'm thinking about that power switch.
Look what you've done.
No.
No. Okay,
No.
Lizzie, I won't. Lizzie has told me I'm not allowed to.
That'll last. It'll be designed by tomorrow.
Yes, it will. Yeah.
Right, there we go.
Scott Gaylor's just said you should run a 24-hour live stream of the Gig Rig office. I don't think that would go.
I think everybody would love to see you and me at about 3 o'clock.
Oh, it's a good time.
Silly hour.
3 o'clock is a good time.
Oh, dear.
Lizzie has the most fun.
Casey Cole says, I'm definitely getting a Latchmo and PLUS2. I need a couple more loops for my G2. Oh, bless you, mate. Thank you so much. Just to say, you might not need the Latchmo because you can plug from the remote switch out of G2 straightly into PLUS2, and you can control the PLUS2 directly from G2. So, I'm not saying don't buy Latchmo because it's awesome, but the beauty of being able to control PLUS2 from G2 or G3 is that you can include those loops in presets, and that's huge.
Yeah,
it's massive.
So you turn your 6-loop Atom into an 8-loop Atom. I turn your 12-loop G3 into a 14-loop G3.
Quick maths.
It's great, really great.
Shaboing.
We've done it.
We've done it?
It's 5 p.m.
Wow. Thank you, everyone, for being with us today. We genuinely appreciate your support. Look, we're a tiny little business doing super niche stuff, but we love it and we love hanging out with you guys. And every time you guys purchase stuff from us, it just means that we can keep going and keep doing more fun stuff, and it really means the world. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It really means the world. Thank you.
And we'll see you all next week.
See you next
See you next
week.
week.
Will you see me? Hang on.
No.
Hang on.
Where is he in the world?
No, you will see me next week.
Oh.
You will see me next week, and I will be in a... Anyway, I'll tell you about it next week. Cool. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Well done, everybody.
Oh, Ranzak, can we have more?